Hey there, friends! It's Lizzy from the Stand Public Library, and I am back with a What's New in YA book talk video. It's been a minute since I've done one of these, so I might be a little rusty, but I have so many great new young adult books in the teen collection right now, I really want to tell you about them. So I'm going to be doing these videos probably towards the beginning of each month, maybe one video a month, maybe two. I'm going to talk about 5 new young adult books, maybe more, maybe fewer. I don't really know yet. We'll kind of figure it out as we go along this fall. But as always, you can put these books on hold by logging into your account through the catalog or calling us on the phone. Make sure you have your library card ready. And if you have any requests for kinds of books that you're looking for, you want like a sci-fi, space opera, comedic romance, drop that in the comments and I will be happy to book talk some books for you. Are you ready to get started? Let's go. First up, we have Don't Hate the Player by Alexis Ned. Alexis Ned writes for Mashable.com and is a huge fan of like Marvel and Game of Thrones. And this is kind of like a nerdy rom-com set in the world of esports and gaming. I think would be a really good fit for anyone who likes David Yoon's books like Frankly in Love. The basic premise is there's this girl named Amelia. She's like a hot, popular jock at her school. She's got a popular boyfriend. And by day, she kind of like rules the halls of her school. And by night, she's a gaming fiend. She doesn't really let these parts of her life kind of mix. Not a lot of people know that she's into esports. But, of course, there's Jake, who's on a rival esports team, who figures out who she actually is. And it's just a really charming, fun story. If you like romances that are quirky and really sweet, but you also love gaming, this would be a great choice. Next up is Enduring Freedom. This novel was co-written by Jawad Arash and Trent Reedy. And Trent Reedy has written a lot of action-adventure fiction, military fiction for teens. He's an Afghan war veteran, and he's been back in the States for about 15 years, but he writes a lot about his experiences. And the amazing thing about this book is that it is based on their experiences and their friendship that they developed. Jawad is an Afghani English teacher and translator, and according to Trent Reedy's most recent social media post, he is still in Afghanistan and is trying to get out. The situation is dire, but this book is really amazing and sheds some light on their incredible friendship and the issues that are going on in Afghanistan on the larger scale. It's based on their real friendship, so even though this is Joe and Bahir, it really is Trent and Jawad's story. So it's about this young soldier, Joe, who kind of is going over to Afghanistan post 9/11, really with revenge in his heart. And Bahir, a young translator in an Afghani village, and what happens when those two characters meet. I think it's an incredible book. I think you should get your hands on it and read it right away. And there's lots of extra information in the back from both authors about what is going on right now. Okay, since it's still summer, I thought we would do kind of a beachy, breezy book. This is the debut novel by Sarah Doss. It's called Where the Rhythm Takes You. So Sarah Doss is from Trinidad and Tobago, and that is where this story takes place. And the author kind of grew up in these like seaside resort hotels, and so does our main character, Raina. Raina kind of feels stuck, though, at the beginning of this novel. Her mother has passed away, her father's not really interested in the hotel anymore, a lot of her friends have left, including her first love, and so she's kind of just doing what she can to run her family's business. So this story is actually based on Jane Austen's Persuasion, which is kind of like a second chance at love, first love story. And that's kind of what happens. Her first love comes back, but he's like this VIP DJ guy, and she's just kind of running the hotel. So if you want something really sweet and beachy and warm, I think this would be a great selection. Okay, if you don't know, I am a huge fan of horror and creepy things, so I always have to include one scary book on my book talk list. And today I want to tell you about the second novel by Erica Waters, The River Has Teeth. This I would describe as like a Southern Gothic novel. There aren't like many teen books that I would describe as Southern Gothic. Maybe Beautiful Creatures, if you remember that or have seen the movie. Southern Gothic is like creepy in a way where it's like You're down south in usually a rural area, and it's hot and sweaty and swampy, and there's crime and violence and decaying mansions, maybe some voodoo. And this definitely has a lot of those elements. You've got two main characters, Natasha and Della. Natasha is on a mission to find her sister who has gone missing. They have found her sister's car. There's been an investigation. The case has gone cold, and Natasha is ready to figure out what happened to her sister. And then Della, who kind of lives out in the boonies and knows a lot about magic and monsters. She thinks her mother has been transformed into a monster who is hunting all of these people, including Natasha's sister. And the story is really about these two girls kind of joining forces to find out what really happened. Eerie and atmospheric, I think would be really fun to read leading up to Halloween. Okay, our last book is a bit of a weird one. This is Dead Wednesday by Jerry Spinelli. Jerry Spinelli has been writing since I was a kid. He wrote Maniac Mickey and Crash, and you may have read or seen Stargirl. I think he's in his 80s now, so this is his latest novel. And it's about an 8th grader named Worm, and at Worm's school, they have a tradition called Dead Wednesday, where they have the kids assigned a student that has passed away or died, so that they will think about mortality. It's really strange. But the kids usually use that day to goof off. But on this particular Dead Wednesday, Worm is assigned this 17-year-old girl named Becca who died in a car crash. And lo and behold, he is then haunted by her ghost. But it's actually kind of a friendly, heartwarming haunting, if you can believe such a thing. So you've kind of got a magical realism thing going on with this book. Obviously, if you're a fan of Jerry Spinelli or you like his work, you're going to want to check this out. My friends, it was a pleasure to be with you today. I hope you are doing well. Tell me what you're reading in the comments, anything like that. I would love to hear. And I will see you again next month with another What's New in YA. Bye!